Good evening, welcome to the DBS Sports. We stroke off with news on cricket. Well, the St. Lucia National Cricket Association continues to prepare for the international home series West Indies versus England. The press briefing this morning at the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. St. Lucia hosts a third test match in the series from Saturday, February 9th. President Julian Charles spoke at the briefing.
It's going to be an exciting test match. The English players are quite good as well. As we know, they rated number 3 in the world. Not long ago, they were number 1. And they too will be an attraction to watch, especially our young cricketers. We're asking them to come out. Cricketers generally come and support, see what you can learn from both teams with experienced people like Anderson, the fast bowler, and Chris Broad, and of course the batsmen, the fine batsmen like Johnny Bairstow, Joe Root, number 1 or 2 in the world. So it's going to be very interesting, and it's going to be good cricket. So I'm asking all St. Lucians to come out.
Meanwhile, chairman of the local organizing committee also took the opportunity to inform of ticket prices ahead of ticket sales commencing tomorrow at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
As we have been hearing of the hype for this third test, West Indies versus England, when we looked at Barbados, we saw the thousands of patrons coming to the venue to purchase tickets. So we're expecting the same right here in St. Lucia, with 2 great teams playing, number of good players on. The tickets are reasonably priced. For the first time in a long time, the Players Pavilion will be premium seats. Will be going at $100 per day, 100 EC that is, per day. Whereas the Johnson Charles, Castries and Grosley, the upper section of that stand for the local buyers, it will be as much as 68 EC dollars. Whereas the lower part of those stands will be at 48 EC dollars if you need to get in there. The grounds will be utilized as well. Patrons, locals, they can get in for as low a price as $20. Yeah. So citizens, the 60 and over, they are free as long as they can produce their national ID. They can get their ticket to the ground free. School children 12 and under, they enter free with the purchase of an adult ticket. If an adult purchasing a ticket, they can get their children-based tickets free. Also, the schools have been invited, and the CWI, they are making possible 150 tickets a day to the school community for the test match.
There's also word from the local organizing committee that patrons intended to park at the ground will be charged a minimum parking fee of $25, which can be purchased from the ticket office prior to the match. Meanwhile, West Indies have named an unchanged squad for the second test starting Thursday, following the shock demolition of England in the opening test in Bridgetown last Saturday. Selectors have, however, confirmed Jamaican fast bowler O'Shane Thomas as an official member of the squad. The 21-year-old travelled with the squad for the first test, acting as cover for seamer Alzarri Joseph. West Indies, written off by most prior to the series, produced an astonishing display in the opening test at the Kensington Oval to embarrass favourites England by 381 runs inside 4 days. The match will be remembered for England's capitulation for 77, conceding a first innings lead of 212, and for Jason Holder's monumental unbeaten 202, which enabled the Windies to set the visitors a target of 628. Part-time off-spinner Roston Chase then conjured up a record-breaking spell of 8 for 60 to send the shell-shocked English tumbling to a heavy defeat 3/4 of an hour after tea on the 4th day. West Indies have drawn both their tests against England at the Sir Vivian Richards Cricket Stadium, the last coming in a tense affair 4 years ago when Holder hit an unbeaten maiden 100. The third test is set for the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground February 9 to 13. And the full squad reads Jason Holder, the captain, Craig Brathwaite, Darren Bravo, Shama Brooks, John Campbell, Roston Chase, Shane Dowich, Shannon Gabriel, Shamron Hetmeyer, Shai Hope, Alzari Joseph, Kima Root, O'Shane Thomas, and Jomel Warrican. On the local scene, the St. Lucia National Cricket Association's National Lottery Authority Elite Female Program recommenced last Saturday at the Mindu Phillip Park after a one-month break. 35 female participants from the north and the south of the island converged on the Mindu Phillip Park under the guidance of local cricket coaches. Despite the inclement weather, the group was able to engage in some warm-up activities and net session. The elite group will continue with the program this coming Saturday. We take a break, but when we return, we'll have more sports news and action. Thank you for staying tuned. We start off with news on basketball. The St. Lucia Basketball Federation hosted its first ever basketball awards under the theme, A Celebration of Dedication, Achievements and Progress, last Sunday. The awards ceremony's objective was to recognize the achievements and support of members of the basketball, sporting, media and private sector fraternity for their contribution, assistance and dedication to the sport of basketball. The awards covered a number of categories, and over a period of time, Mr. Leslie Colmo graced the attendees with a short yet poignant welcome address, reinforcing the fact that continued sustained support is the only way to achieve progress, and that basketball is bigger than any one person, nor should it be left as the responsibility of a few. Guest speaker, Honorable Mrs. Fortuna Belrose, the St. Lucia Olympic Committee President, followed with her words of encouragement and advice to the invited guest. The following awards were presented at the ceremony. The 2017 CBL Outstanding Awards, Jaron St. Clair, the most blocks. We had Raheem Ogis with most steals and most assists. Most rebounds went to Marcian Cauldron. Most points to Andre Louison. In 2018 awards, well, under 19 Female Basketball of the Year went to Mia George, while the under 19 Male Basketball of the Year went to Jean-Pierre Tariq Frederick. The Senior Male Basketball of the Year went to Troy Louison, while the 2018 MVP Regular Season Commercial League went to Troy Louison. The Team Awards, well, Coach Jets, they won that award, while the Team of the Year 2018, 3-on-3 under 19 female team, and that team comprised Mia George, Jeremiah Everest, Cleo Jabatis, and Faith Chitoli. The Sponsors Awards, well, awards were presented to sponsors, and acknowledgements were made for other sponsors or entities who have assisted the St. Lucia Basketball Federation before. Well, under the media category, the individuals and organizations were also recognized. In football, well, Manchester United are in talks with a Chinese club about the sale of Belgian midfielder Maureen Fellaini. The name of the club concerned has not been revealed, but the Chinese transfer window does not close until February 28th. United are refusing to say whether a fee has been agreed for the player. Fellaini, 31, was the first major signing of the post-Sir Alex Ferguson era, joining for £27.5 million on deadline day in 2013 summer transfer window. The Belgian has never won over the United fans, even though he was regularly selected by David Moyes, Louis van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. He allowed his contract to run out at the end of last season, but subsequently signed a new 2-year deal that is not due to expire until 2020. Finally, United news on tennis. Well, Novak Djokovic says he's motivated by having a shot at Swiss great Roger Federer's all-time men's record of 20 Grand Slam victories. The 31-year-old Serb, the world number 1, thrashed great rival Rafael Nadal 6-3, 6-2, 6-3 to claim his 15th major in Sunday's Australian Open final. It was his third slam in a row, having won Wimbledon and the US Open in 2018. Quote, "I'm aware that making history in the sport I truly love is something special," end quote, he said. Top seed Djokovic's record 7th men's singles victory in Melbourne moved him outright 3rd ahead of American Pete Sampras in the all-time list, closing in on Federer and Nadal, who both have 17 each. Now to a thought to take you through the night. Sometimes we expect more from others because we would be willing to do that much more for them. The DBS News continues. Please stay tuned.